Good morning, beloveds. I am okay. I'm checking my background. I need to record a video and I need a clean background. So I'm looking at my background here going, what do I have to move? The dragon, the warthog. I'm not moving the wolves. That's not happening. They're heavy. That you probably can tell if you when you see them, they're metal. It's a metal sculpture. So, all right, it is March 18th. Our title is I Am Warmed by the Love of God. And our quote is, Behold, what manner of love the Spirit hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the children of God. And that is 1 John 3:1. It has been said that love is the lodestone of life, the treasure of the earth, and the highest gift of heaven. We all wish to feel that we are kept in the arms of love, protected by its shelter, and warmed by its feeling. But someone might ask, how do we really know that the universe rests on the shoulders of love? The answer is more simple than it might appear. For instance, no one is ever harmed by love. The more love there is in one's life, the better off they are. While the opposite to love, which is hate and dislike, can actually consume a person mentally and destroy their health physically. If then love tends to build up, while the opposite tends to destroy, we may be certain that there is a universal reality to it, that we actually are immersed in an infinite love as well as a divine wisdom. And we must learn to feel the presence of this love and rely on it. Therefore, let each say to themselves daily, I am one with the love of God. I am one in the love of God with all people. My love goes out to everyone, and I know that it is returned from everyone. Overlooking everything that might seem to deny this divine beneficence, I trust that infinite love will guide and protect me in everything. And I counsel my own soul to show forth this love in such a manner that it shall embrace and warm the heart of humanity, bringing confidence and trust and faith and hope to everyone it touches. Daily I affirm that love governs all of humanity into the pathways of peace and joy. Daily I affirm that love goes before and makes the way plain and happy. And daily I affirm that my own love is renewed and rekindled by that great and vast love in which I am immersed, that love which is God. Now, he makes a fantastic argument, and I love his argument. One of the things that I want to remind everyone, myself included, is that the Western idea of love and the Eastern idea of love are different. Simply based on the fact that in the West, we tend to make love objective rather than subjective. It's a point of contention, I would say, and it's one of the things that I think we need different words, i.e., like the Greek does, like the Greek has. The Greek have either 7 or 9 words, and they distinguish. There's parental love, there's divine love, there's romantic love, there's brotherly, sibling love, I guess, familial love, um, and friend. They have a word for the love between friends. And in the West, we tend to use one word, which is the word love. We use that one. And in the East, there's never an object attached to the word love. All right. For example, they would never say, I love my motorcycle. Random example, right? Whereas in the West, we do. And so we can get funny ideas about love because we get this idea about love, about what it does for us. which then makes love selfish. So that's one of the things we want to go back and remember, that love is subjective, that love is about the other being in the relationship as much as you. And so when you are in a relationship, then what love should, I'm going to use the word serve, but that's not the right word. Should serve, it should build up both parties, not just one. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a little, we need more words. We need more words for love, simply because I can't love my motorcycle the same way I love my husband, because the motorcycle is all about me, and the husband, that's a relationship. My partner is and that's what he is. He's a partner. And so the love between us, and it can be more than one. You know, when you're dealing with a partner, you can have the familial love, you can have the romantic love, you can have the friend love, and you can have all of that. You can, and ideally in a partnership, in a marriage, it will be agape, the divine love, and that should be an aspect in your relationship. And so you can see that there's different shades of love. And so it, when you hear things like this, you want to go back and look at love and think, okay, yeah, you want to spread that stuff everywhere, but you want to be conscious of never making it objective. It's always, always, always subjective. And when you're dealing with love, no has a place in it. It would be what we call tough love. It's like, we want to, because we love you, we want to do what's best for you. And sometimes that means saying no. All right. Anytime I can talk about love, that's what, because I think we could do a better job of teaching people how to have relationships. And one of the ways we can do that is start by redefining love. One of the things, I had the honor and privilege and pleasure of doing a wedding this past weekend. And my senior minister was the best man. And the best thing about this was what he pointed out in the best man's toast, is that you watch the care that they took of each other, that they built each other up, they cared for each other, they took care of each other, they held each other in a way that was beautiful to see. And so that's the way that the universe holds us. You know, the universe holds us in that, and the universe will say no. I mean, arguably the universe always says yes, but sometimes the universe goes, yeah, no. So and not in that judging way. It's just, that's not for you. It's like, no. And we can talk about how the universe says no in a loving way some other time. So, because whatever we ask for in the law's going to give to us, whether it's good for us or not. So that's one of those things. But the universe has this way of occasionally reminding us, no is a complete sentence. And sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's not yet. Or sometimes it's, I can't do it the way you're asking for it. Loosen your restrictions a little bit. Loosen your hows. Your ask is the what, not the how. So, all right. I am warmed by the love of God. And 1 John 3:1, behold, what manner of love the Spirit hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the children of God. It has truly been said that love is the lodestone. And remember, lodestone is a magnet. the original compass they would put an iron needle, I think it was an iron needle, on a magnet and watch it point north. So it's like the lodestone. Love is that direction. It will, if we will pay attention, it will always point us in the right direction. The treasure of the earth and the highest gift of heaven. We all wish to feel that we are kept in the arms of love, protected by its shelter, and warmed by its feeling. He's not wrong. I mean, that's what we all want. But someone might ask, how do we really know that the universe rests on the shoulders of love? I suspect that may be a quote from Emerson, the way he asks that. The answer is more simple than it might appear. And it is. It's very logical. For instance, no one is ever harmed by love. No one is ever harmed by true love. And that's why I was talking about the definition of love. Because if there is harm, if there is abuse, if there is, if there's any tearing down, it's not love. It's ego. Or the more love there is in one's life, the better off they are. And that's true. And it doesn't, and it's not just romantic love, because you want all those forms of love, the 7 or 9 that the Greeks have. You want all of that. So the more different kinds of love you have, the better off you are. You can't put all your love on one person. It's too great of a burden to bear. While the opposite to love, which is hate and dislike, can actually consume a person mentally and destroy their health physically, which is true. We may be certain. Oh, wait, yeah. If then love tends to build up while the opposite tends to destroy, we may be certain that there is a universal reality to it. I mean, it's springtime. I think that's probably why the reading was put in this time, springtime, because we are watching love burst forth. One in the trees and the flowers and, and all of the plants. And then in the animals. As I was coming around the corner this morning, there was a robin who was watching the mockingbirds, because there were about 4 mockingbirds doing that aerial display. You may call it instinct, but it's also love. That we are actually, okay, so we may be certain there's a universal reality to it, that we are actually immersed in an infinite love as well as a divine wisdom. And we must learn to feel the presence of this love and rely upon it. Therefore, let each one of us say to ourselves daily, and here he lines into it, and it's first person, I am one with the love of God. I am one in the love of God with all people. My responsibility is to recognize the love within myself, to love myself, and then realize that I get to love, and that's it. I get to. I don't have to. I get to love all people, because when I love all people, my life is better. My love goes out to everyone, and I know that it is returned from everyone. Overlooking everything that might seem to deny this divine beneficence. One of these days I'm going to learn to pronounce that word. I trust that infinite love will guide and protect me in everything. And I counsel my own soul to show forth this love in such a manner that it shall embrace and warm the heart of humanity. I counsel my own soul to show forth this love. That love is already present in my soul, because my soul is a gift from the infinite. So that love is already in your soul. All you got to do is show forth. Let it out. So it's going to warm the heart of humanity, bringing confidence and trust and faith and hope to everyone it touches. Anytime you are loving with someone, you bring them hope. You remind them that humanity at its core is good. Daily, I affirm that love governs all of humanity into pathways of peace and joy. Daily, I affirm that love goes before and makes the way plain and happy. Daily, I affirm that my own love is renewed and rekindled by the great and vast love in which I am immersed, that love which is God. So what's the mission today? Should we choose to accept it, is to go forth and love one another. To love one another fully, kindly, deeply, compassionately, divinely. That's the mission. It's always the mission. And do you know where we start that love? With ourselves. With ourselves. Now, it is often easier to love someone else first. But you got to work on yourself too. So your mission is to love others and yourself. Always and. Both and. It's not either or. It's both and. All right, beloveds, I'm going to move into the process of my day, but I am going to encourage you, since the mission today is about love, the spiritual practice that I always recommend is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it is. Big thing, small thing, does not matter. 3 deep breaths. It's always my favorite. All right? 3 deep breaths. Take a nap, take a walk. Go enjoy the birds because they're really singing. They're really singing. And what I'm nobody's a fan of the time change. But one of the things that I appreciate about the springtime change is I catch the sunrises more often. And the last couple of days, it's been gold. So, yeah, I wasn't quite as early this morning, so I caught it from a different place, but I love the sunrises. So, all right, beloved. So, spiritual practice, loving, kind, compassion, practice on yourself. That way, you create a habit, a default response, a first response, a default setting is what I like to say. Default setting. You can tell my mom was an engineer, right? So that no matter what happens in your world, you can respond with that love that we talked about today. Okay? I also encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to go get that face full of sun first thing in the morning or bright light. They said something about it being cloudy today, and so I'm guessing the clouds will come back in. We'll see. And take care, drink plenty of water and open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around you all the time. I'm being a little distracted because Foster's being a little loving right now. So, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. And sometimes that heaven is a little kitten who is, by the way, like 12. He's not little. Who just needs a little extra right now. All right? Look for the good and praise it. That's how you find heaven. Honest to God. It's a state of mind, a state of consciousness, a state of your soul. It's not a place. It's what you bring to it. Okay. Catch us on the social medias. I'm probably not going to do this tomorrow morning. My husband and I are going to go to Sherwood Forest Fair for a wedding that I hope will be easy to find and get to, and so I probably will not do this in the morning. I will probably do this tomorrow night when we get back from the fair, which means I'll have all of the fun things to tell you about the fair. But Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you, and I will be back with you at 9 a.m. on Sunday, as usual. So, and if you want to know what's going on, because right now I don't know anything in particular that's happening right now, outside of we've got a bunch of book studies and the Power of Decision started, but that class may have closed. I don't know. So email info@creativelife.org. Get on that mailing list. There'll be all the hot links that you need to get to whatever you need to get into what's going on, and then you'll always know what's going on, even when I don't. All right, beloveds. Catch us on the social medias. I think I've said that 3 times now. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the Running Rev Ryan. Have a great day, a magical day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a spring day, a sun day, a restful day, a get stuff done day, an enchanting day, a fantastic day, a loving day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are, because you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, and you are truly held in the arms of the universe. All right, beloveds, I will see you next time.